Hey guys, this is Loot Wizard with another video on Gems of War, and in this one I want to share a few soul farming teams that I use with Pharos-Ra. Now if you want to see some basic teams without Pharos-Ra or the Dragon Soul, you can look at my other video, Basic Teams for Soul Farming, and that'll help you out if you don't have those two troops. But in this video I want to share the two teams that I like to use with Pharos-Ra. So first of all, it's very important that you save up your gems and you get the Celestial Armor if you're going to do a lot of soul farming, because it has a 100% bonus to souls. So you want to make sure that's selected. And now usually I do challenges if I'm going to farm souls, but you can do Explore, and the difference between the two is that in Explore you have more of a chance to get that particular trait stone, and you also get more gold from Explore. Challenges, you don't get as much gold, and you don't have as high a chance to get trait stones, although you can still get them. But I like to do challenges when I'm farming for souls, because the opponent's health always remains the same, and the opponents are not random. They're all going to be the same opponents every single time. So I like to do Barrel of Monkeys from the Kingdom Shentang, because they don't do any damage at all. They just add life to each other when they cast. So you don't have to worry about taking damage from them except for skulls. So let me go to my soul team here. Now, I have two different teams that I use. I used this team here before I had the Dragon Soul, when I had Pharos-Ra. So this team includes, at the top, Wall of Bones, which gains armor. It's kind of a tank. And then it gives all other allies 5 attack and mana. So the important part there is mana. So it's going to give mana to the rest of this. Then I have a hero class with the weapon Mountain Crusher, which explodes brown gems, and I do have it fully upgraded, so it will create a dust storm, which creates more brown gems on the board, and they fall down. And so when it explodes, there's going to be a bunch of brown gems that'll fall, and Pharos-Ra does take brown gems. So the overflow of the brown gems will go right to Pharos-Ra. In the third place, I have White, which steals life. It creates 5 purple gems, which will help fill up Wall of Bones and Pharos-Ra, and it gains 22 souls. And it only has a 10 mana cost, so it's relatively cheap. And then the last spot, I do have Pharos-Ra, which is fully traded, so you can get that 150% bonus souls from a battle. And Pharos-Ra is really good. Its damage is boosted by the souls, so it can do a really high amount of damage, over 100 per hit, I think. Plus it transforms yellow gems to purple, so a lot of times it will fill itself mostly back up when you cast it the first time. So let us go in and test this battle out, and then I will go to the other one, which is my main one. So what you want to do here is either get brown or purple first. And since there was a 4 match for purple, I went for that. Now I go for brown so I can fill up Mountain Crusher. Go ahead and cast that, and it starts a dust storm. And my white is filled up, so let's go ahead and cast that. And that will fill up Wall of Bones. And I can go ahead and cast that, and that'll give mana to my other troops. Now Pharos-Ra's up, we'll cast that. And you just keep going through the cycle here of Mountain Crusher, Wall of Bones, White, Pharos-Ra, and you can already see at the top I'm 100 of 100 souls, which is the maximum here for the battle, and that battle went by pretty quickly. And I got 278 souls. Now the thing is you probably noticed that the health on the enemies was pretty low, so that's why challenges are good for farming souls, because the health here is going to remain really low, and so you can push up the difficulty here to, I like to do Warlord 2 or 3, and as you can see here on Warlord 2 you get a bonus of 75% of souls. On Warlord 3 you do get 100% bonus souls. So let's just go ahead and do it on Warlord 2, and I'll switch to my main soul farming team here. If I can find it. Soul Explorer. There we go. So this is my main farming team. It does require the Dragon Soul and Pharos-Ra. Dragon Soul is in the top slot, fully traded. It explodes gems and it does damage, and you gain 15 souls. And that 15 souls will be multiplied by the 150 bonus souls on Pharos-Ra. And I have Pharos-Ra in the second place. Then in the third place, I have one of the newer troops that came out a few weeks back, which is the Leprechaun guy. He starts with full mana when fully traded, which is important. It explodes 10 green gems boosted by my gold. And so the green really isn't important, but what's important is that it explodes enough gems on the board to create room for purple gems to come down and fill up the Dragon Soul, which then you can explode him, and that will fill up Pharos-Ra. Now, the fourth troop here is pretty important for the speed of this team, and that is Umbra Wolf. Now, Umbra Wolf needs to be fully traded for this to work really well, which the last trait here creates a dark storm at the start of every turn. What this means is that more purple gems are going to fall down as long as that storm is active, and since it starts at every single turn, it's going to continue to have a constant storm. So I don't really use Umbra Wolf for damage. I use it solely for that dark storm. And when the Leprechaun explodes the green gems, it will make room for purple, and it will fill up the Dragon Soul almost completely right from the beginning of the battle. So let's go in and test it. So now sometimes you do get lucky and you get a 4 match of purple or red, which I just got a 4 match there of that color, 4 match of skulls. Take your 4 matches. I'm going to explode the Leprechaun guy, and Dragon Soul is full. We'll explode him. Now Pharos-Ra is full, but the Dragon Soul fills up too, you can see, because of how it explodes in that Dark Storm. You can see the Dark Storm is active at the bottom of the screen. You got that little purple orb thing with the number 8 on it. And that means that it's going to be active for 8 turns. So all you need is like 3 casts of Dragon Soul, and it's over that fast. And as you can see here, I got 353 souls. And you can just go in and just keep repeating it over and over. Now, this team is really fast and efficient. It's just you need to spend the time crafting in the Soul Forge, Pharos-Ra, and the Dragon Soul if you're not lucky enough to actually pull them from a chest. And Umbra Wolf, you do have to farm for some trait stones in order to get that last trait. Once you do the groundwork for that and you got this team set up, it's really fast. All it takes is about 3 casts of the Dragon Soul, and it fills itself back up like almost every single time. And if it doesn't, usually Pharos-Ra here is full, and you can finish off the last enemy. So it only takes, I mean, these battles go by really quick. It's like maybe 30 seconds if you're moving fast. And the 353 souls, I think it was, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you can do, like, let's say 2 of these per minute, you're getting like 700 souls a minute. You know, per hour, you're going to probably get like 40,000 souls. So, you know, if you do a little bit of soul farming every day or a few times a week, eventually you're going to have several 100,000 souls. So one of the things too that I like to do, because this team is it is pretty powerful, because you have the Dragon Soul doing damage to all enemies, plus the Pharos-Ra does a lot of damage once you get the souls up. So one of the things that I do or did daily for a long time was the daily dungeon. Now I've already completed mine for the day, but the daily dungeon, these 3 battles, I usually use my soul farming team when I'm fighting these 3 dungeon battles. That way you can kind of, you get about, you know, 700, maybe 700 to 1,000 souls after completing these 3 battles with that team that I just showed off. And if you do that every single day, it doesn't seem like much, but over the course of like a month that you do it, it adds up to be like 30,000 extra souls that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So there you have it. That's a few of my soul farming teams. Hopefully that helps you guys out, and thanks for watching.